Hey everyone, happy Saturday. It's 11:11 here. We didn't necessarily do that on purpose, but everything is with intention. So, we're going to be chatting with a dear friend of mine who I haven't even known that long. And actually, the story of how I met her is, well, part of what we're going to share. Krista Valdez, and we're going to be talking about your truth's true north, this journey that we've both been on with legacy builders, how to create life-changing daily pay, and really the journey that this has taken me on of unraveling my own wounds around money, my time, my worthiness, how I show up. There she is. And I'm so inspired by Krista and the work that she's done in this program. Oh, there we go. Let's see how seamless this is. But she has been showing up every day with this program in better ways than even I have.
Hey,
How are you?
doing good.
Oh, good. I was just saying how inspired I am by how you show up in the program, just like the way that you set up all of your domain and your funnel system and everything on your own. I didn't even have the courage to do that because I hate tech stuff. But I really want to just like dive into a little bit of like the journey that we've both been on with legacy builders. And people are like, what is legacy builders? Maybe some people know because they've been following you or they've been following me. But it's a program that I really liken to almost like a journey of self-actualization as an entrepreneur, because it brings up a lot of your fears around money, around your time, your worthiness, your value, your ability to show up consistently. And so, yeah, we actually met, I think, through like some sort of thread on Facebook or something. Somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
And you kind of started watching some of my content, and you reached out to me and told me you were interested in what I was doing. And so then that kind of like started the drip campaign from there. And yeah, just share a little bit about like your journey of like what you saw as somebody on the outside who didn't know what the heck it was, but saw maybe a possibility, and then like where it took you from there.
Yeah, so I've been searching for something like this for so long in so many places. And so when I saw your comment and I was like, ooh, she looks like my person. I need to friend her and we need to connect because your authenticity just really like shone through
Oh, I think
in
we're both
like your
projectors, right? Aren't we both projectors? I think that's
yeah.
what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, we're going to be new besties. And so then, yeah, I went and stalked you a little bit and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, what is this about? Because I was coming from kind of like a closed-minded place. But I felt like my intuition was like, you need to be more open about this and you need to like see what it really is, because not everything is a scam. Not everything is, you know, has hidden stuff in it. Not everything is, not going to turn out the way that things have turned out in the past, right? So yeah, that was just kind of how I came at it, and I researched it for a few days, and I was just like, yeah, let's go for it. And it's been amazing.
I love that. Well, I think that is also another thing that it brings up for, depending on the person, it will bring up that, is this a scam? Like, this is too good to be true. And I think we get that a lot. It's like a conditioning that we've been forced upon us to think that if something sounds really good, that it must be too good to be true, because nothing in life is easy. And but by no means is this program necessarily easy per se, but it's very simple and it's all
Mhm.
laid out for you step by step. And actually that's where I found myself getting caught up the most, is like trying to make it difficult. Like,
Yeah.
and not following the
Yep.
step instructions.
Yeah. Yep. I was like, wait, this has to be more difficult, right? I mean, it was very simple. It was new, and new things are inherently going to be um, a little bit difficult, but really, like, it just walked me through everything so nicely. And, a couple things took a couple days to just wait for it to process and stuff, but really, it was very simple to get everything up and running. So.
I love that. And A lot of people think it's like about like making money right away, and gotta make, my first sale right away, which I didn't make my first sale for like, I don't know, almost a couple weeks, I think. And so
Mm-hmm.
then I had the same fears and doubts come up around like, is this really gonna work for me? It's working for everyone else. Why isn't it working for me?
Yes. Yep. Same. Something that I really feel in that is that like it is a journey, and to look at it as from the perspective of like, oh, if this doesn't do XYZ like it did for these other people, then it never is going to, right? Or just like coming from a scarcity mindset of like, oh, like doubting the process, but really it's all about the process. It's not really about the outcome. And the more we let go of the outcome, the more we will attract through just letting the process flow what we want to come to us, right? So that's been the beautiful thing for me.
And for those who don't know, we're talking about digital marketing. So digital marketing, I think, is currently $1 billion a day industry, and it's only projected to get like into the trillions over the next 2 years, especially. And so it's not even something that you should maybe look into if you're an entrepreneur already. It's something that you absolutely must look into, because if you're already not amazing at being able to share your authentic story and show up with consistency and integrity, then you're not really going to be even able to share your gifts with the world in the way that you'd fully like to. And that's what I had to really recognize, is like, this is a skill set that I could use for my podcast, that I can use for all of the wellness products that I have. And I would have never even known that you created these beautiful soaps and different things that you created. But now that I like know you, and I've been watching your journey as you show up in the program, and then you start sharing your other stuff, it's like, oh, this is who Krista is. This is like, these are her gifts, and this is how she shines her light.
Hmm. Thank you. Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing is that like we're all on a journey, and it's going to look different for me than it's going to look for you or the next person. But the most important thing is like to be okay with putting ourselves out there. Like this is a very new thing for me to be on camera. Like I made a post about like how I'm super camera shy, and I just have like all of these mental blocks and limiting beliefs and stuff. And like it's been so powerful like through the mentoring in the program for me to realize like wow, like I'm the only thing really holding myself back from success and abundance, right? And so for me to have this program teaching me and walking me through everything that I like, literally everything that I need, has been like such a huge blessing, like just for my personal growth. And so I'm just really excited to share it with other people, not just for like the financial aspect of it, but for like the personal growth aspect. Um, so, so yeah, I'm just really excited.
I love that. Well, I was just thinking the other day, like how much money. Thankfully, I didn't spend that much money on education. Like, actually, I spent a fair amount because I went to massage therapy school for a little bit. I went to this school, to that school. So I've spent enough, but maybe not compared to a lot of other people who've spent a ton of money on degrees and all these different things. That as I talk to people who have these degrees, they don't use their degrees, they're in debt or whatever it is. And so it's like, how can we actually participate in the sharing of like really valuable educational info that actually will return to you like sevenfold?
Yeah.
and, and actually, it's like we're gifting each other with knowledge and power. And as we do that, then like the gift, it's like the gift of reciprocity, or the code of reciprocity. It's just like
Hmm.
share beautiful life-changing information that allows you to create life-changing daily pay, where you can work from your phone, you can work from your laptop, you can be on a beach, you can be at home if you're more of a hermit, like you can do whatever the f you want.
Yeah, like you can do faceless, you can do like all gives you everything you need really for whatever your personality type or what your desires are. Like it really gives you everything. There's hundreds of hours of stuff in there, right? And there's the community 24/7 there for you. You can post. It's like your own little Google search for
I
your
mean,
business.
It's kind of crazy. Like you literally put a question in there and you'll get handfuls of helpful people like offering you solutions. It's like nothing I've ever
Yep.
experienced before.
Yep.
And I think it was Mahala was saying, I don't know if she said it in our group, but she was telling me, I think in a voice clip a couple weeks ago, she's like, oh my gosh, because she has digested a lot of the information. She's like gone through it all. And she's like, there's like $10,000 worth of information and trainings in here.
Yep.
And so that is when I was like, wow, I'm like sitting on a gold mine. And instead of feeling like, oh, I'm trying to sell something to people and I'm like trying to feel weird about it, it's like, no, I'm like, have like this really amazing gift to offer you, especially if there's
Yep.
someone who is already online. If you're already online and you're not making any money on social media, then you might want to like reframe it so that you
Yeah.
can feel more empowered in your time on social media.
Exactly. Yeah, and it just makes sense to, if you're on social media, to just like have that guidance and redirect and shift the paradigm so that you can monetize it and so that you can like make the most of it, like, and just put yourself out there like that's, you mentioned like changing the focus from like, oh, I'm trying to sell something, I don't want to be salesy, but really it is just such a beautiful gift to be able to offer people. And like I'm still working through that because I have had people bring in some negativity about it and just their own limiting beliefs. But like I want to be able to lift up other people and they lift me up and we just, we ascend together and we grow together. And that's just like the most beautiful thing about it to me is just having this resource to be able to do that and to help people.
I love that. Well, there's one other piece that I wanted to circle back to because we didn't really get to talk about it is that really stood out for me around this program is the 2 hour intentional workday. Because as entrepreneurs, I feel like at least I have gotten lost online of like trying all these different methods and all these tools and it just becomes this overwhelming space just filled with a
Yeah.
bunch of noise for me. And then I spend hours going down different rabbit holes and not really accomplishing anything or getting any return.
Yeah.
And this for me, still learning, and I love this, learning how to master the 2 hour workday because it's not like you're going to be able to get this right when you start. You're just not because you're
Yeah.
you're going to want to be all over the place trying to make it more complicated than it is. But it's
Mm-hmm.
really how to master the 2 hour workday, which you could apply to any other area of your life, is just being very intentional with your time. And I feel like a lot of us, which we've probably all experienced intense trauma in different forms or another. And so that is part of like kind of like going through that healing process of learning how to be very focused and like relaxed in what you do and intentional with what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing I love that there's so much training on that because she really goes in depth on everything. Michelle just gives so much. She pours so much of herself into the community and the resources. And yeah, I've loved like getting up in the morning like with a purpose. Like I'm not a morning person, but this is just really like giving me the boost and the motivation that I need to like tell myself like, okay, like it's very simple, Krista. Like you can do this. Like you just get up and you be intentional and you focus. You don't go squirrel or, child or, whatever. Just be focused on the tasks and you can get it done so quickly. Like I feel really powerful in the morning doing my free ads. Just like posting free ads and like I'll just go click, 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 like all over the place. And it just feels very empowering to be able to do it so quickly now. And I
I
can get
love
it
that. I let
done
you go
and then
first
I
for a
can move
second.
on to the next thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just love it.
Well, I really loved watching your personal journey, even in the short time that we've known each other, and I'm just really excited to see how we all evolve and grow together. And I love that we started our own, like we have the bigger community, but even just the people that I know within the space, we've kind of started our own little mastermind, if you will, called Let's Build Our Legacy.
Yeah.
And I love that too because sometimes even in the bigger community you can get a little bit lost and it doesn't feel as connected, whereas we've just created a whole nother little, I don't know, womb, if you will, to be like, hey, what are you struggling with today? Or like, what do you
Yeah.
actually, when I listen to other people, you know, comment or whatever, I get inspired, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna like do a video like that. Or like Mahala makes really great TikTok videos. So sometimes I follow some of her stuff. So I just really love
Mhm.
collaboration and the learning, and I'm just really excited to see where the rest of it goes this year.
Yeah, me too. I'm really, really thankful for you. I'm thankful for the other girls in our chat. Thankful for our school community and just, yeah, just really thankful. So thanks for getting on and chatting with me today.
Yes, thanks for being brave enough to come on camera. I know that's like definitely something that a lot of people feel challenged by, and that's why I always say, like, if anyone wants to go live with me, I find it's the easiest way to like bring out your own inspiration, your own joy and excitement about something is just like sharing it and talking about it with another person.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you're totally right. Thank you so much for getting me out of my shell. I can check this off. I can feel good about this. And just the more I do it, the better I'll get and feel more comfortable. So yeah, thank you, Jessica.
Oh, thank you, Krista. And yes, for anyone who is interested in hearing more, I highly, highly recommend, like, if you have a little fear or trepidation about it, like, just take, we're like in this Lionsgate portal or whatever what you want to call it. There's a
Yeah.
lot of like really intense magic in the air right now. So whatever trepidation it is, like, just fucking go for it. Like, just do it. Like, what is
Yeah.
that one thing that like you're not doing just because you think maybe this might not work out or it might not be for me? Like, what if it is?
hmm
Like, what if
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah. What do you have to lose? Just being open to it,
Yeah,
Nothing.
at the very least, just opt in with your email.
Yeah,
Like,
at the very least, just hey, what is this about? Like, what is it? What happens when I do this? Just see if it aligns with you, right? And if it doesn't, cool. If it does, then amazing, right? So,
yeah, and if you want, you know what? I don't know if I just started doing this last week, and maybe you can start doing this with your friends or people who are curious. But I think like doing like a little walkthrough of just like, hey, if you want to see what it looks like on the inside,
yeah,
because sometimes people just
yeah,
really even they can't really fully comprehend of like what this actually looks like or what it's about.
yeah.
And
hmm
so I think, yeah, getting a little like inside scene of like what you're actually getting information wise and what the community looks like, I think that's really helpful. So yeah, if you want a walkthrough, reach out to Krista, or if you
hmm
know me, reach out to me. And yeah, I'm excited to see who's inspired by this.
Yep, me too.
Cool. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and glad you're
Thank
feeling so much better.
you. Thank you. All right. Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.